With this affidavit, if you will, panel, I, Roy Fairman, am a student at Gettysburg High School in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. I'm also a golf caddy at the Gettysburg Country Club. I often caddy for President Eisenhower. This past summer, I made the nation's newspapers when the president tipped me $5 for not caddying for him. Signed, Roy Fairman.
It's right there where it's light. He gets out of the cart. He's driving the cart. He swings around, he sees me, he calls me over, he tells me that that's $5 for going to church, okay? And then he might have said another word or two, but I don't remember. Then he leaves, and right where on the porch there, right where the awning is now, there's probably 5 or 10 reporters. And most or all of them have the old cameras with the flash bulb that blew up whenever they took a picture. And a couple of them came over and they said, look, we're going to go in, no cell phones or anything, this is 1959. They say, we need to go into town and make some calls. Would you hang around till we come back, okay? And I said, fine. I hadn't been out. I actually did get out and caddied for the Bridgers 18 holes later. They came back. They said they wanted to take my picture holding the $5 bill. We got a golf bag, which actually Dick Slichter's big, heavy leather golf bag. And we went out there just in front of the first tee, and they took a whole bunch of pictures. You know, I'm a 13-year-old kid and not obviously too sophisticated in any way. I didn't think anything about it. Caddies got to play golf on Monday mornings from 8 to 12. You could get on the course at 8 and you left at 12. So I was there the next morning to play golf. I played 9 holes. I came in. They told me that a whole bunch of net calls and messages from newspapers and radio stations or whatever. They want me to call them back, okay? And then somebody got a picture of the morning edition of the Philadelphia Evening Bulletin, which is out of business. And my picture, I think, was in the bottom half of the front page, holding the bag and the story, et cetera, et cetera. AP and UPI had picked it up, okay? So they came back, they took the pictures. I finished, I played my 9 holes. I went back in, I returned those calls. 2 of them, one was from What's My Line and one was from To Tell the Truth. They're both produced by the same company. It was the predecessor of NBC, I think. And NBC has the rights to those films today. And they decided that they wanted me to be on What's My Line, so I went to What's My Line probably 2 or 3 weeks later. And obviously, Arlene Francis, who's the one who guessed me, said they should have been blindfolded because she remembered the picture from the newspaper.
What's my line? Let's meet our first contestant. Will you come in and sign in, please? Roy? Roy Fairman, is that right? All right, then let's let the folks at home, those who've been good enough to come and join us in the theater, except the panel over there, know exactly what your line is, okay?
Is there something helpful in what you do?
Yes.
Would you say you help people?
Yes.
Are you helpful to both sexes, men and women?
Yes.
I'm glad of that. And I hope you'll be more partial to women as you grow older.
Let's not have any electioneering on this program, please, Miss Francis.
And then I didn't think anything about it, and I was, I think, in 8th grade that fall in an English class, and I get a call to go to the office. And I probably spent a little time in the office anyway. And so I went, and it was from To Tell the Truth, and they wanted me to be on To Tell the Truth. And we scheduled that probably another 3 or 4 weeks away, and went on To Tell the Truth, which is, of course, 3 people pretend to be me. So we had a 3-hour to 4-hour briefing and interview where they asked me questions, and I answered them, and they took notes, and then they studied so that they could answer the questions better on the actual TV show. And So that's it. That's the
Right.
story.
That's great. And the club you have there, do you want to just
Well, the club,
briefly say where that
the
came
club,
from?
Sometime when I was 15 or 16 probably, I made a comment. I said that I was going to buy a set of golf clubs and to President Eisenhower, and he says, look, he says, everybody gives me golf clubs. He says, I'll bring you a set, and if you want to try them out, I'll sell them to you. So he brings me a set of golf clubs. This was one of those in the set, you know, whole set of woods and irons. And I tried them out, and he had, did you like them? And I said, well, I'm going to say no, I didn't like them. Okay. So I did, and so I bought them. He says, well, the next 12 times you caddy for me this summer, we'll subtract $5 from your debt of $60, okay? So I worked down my debt the rest of that summer. And the clubs basically, they're all, he preferred to play with Spalding, which had Robert T. Jones Jr.'s autograph on it. And then this one has Dwight David Eisenhower's signature on the bottom, and then there's a circle of 5 stars for the 5-star general that he was. So that's on every club, both in the woods and the irons. And I've seen somewhere in the news over the years that a similar set has been sold. I never looked up what for, but I will never sell them. We have a daughter and a son. We'll probably split it or give each of the 8 grandchildren one or whatever we'll do. But I couldn't. It wouldn't be right to turn it into money.